Two members of Congress have tested positive for the coronavirus. They're now on quarantine along with several others who were recently in contact with them, including Missouri Congresswoman Ann Wagner. Our Casey Nolan was able to talk to her from her home in Baldwin.
Well, like a lot of us, I'm trying to stay home as much as possible, and Wagner must stay home. So we had a kind of kitchen table talk from two different kitchens.
You're in my kitchen too. I'm on my island.
Last Friday, Congresswoman Ann Wagner was working late into the night on the initial Coronavirus Response Act and spent several hours in the room with fellow Republican Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart. The next day, he had symptoms of COVID-19 and Wednesday tested positive for the virus. Wagner says she has not been tested because she does not have symptoms, but she will spend 2 weeks in quarantine to make sure she doesn't have it.
I am self-quarantined here in my home in Baldwin and doing the right thing like most of us are doing across America right now.
The Congresswoman says she's able to do most of her work from home, even committee meetings by conference call. But voting must be in person, and a stimulus package to help with the fallout from the coronavirus could come up for a vote any day now.
I may be able to get behind it and put out a strong statement of support, but I may not be able to vote if it is before the quarantine time is up, because again, I am not going to put my community or my colleagues or anyone else in the United States of America in jeopardy by hopping on a plane and flying back to Washington.
As for what the stimulus package should look like, Wagner says it needs to be big.
There's a lot of ideas out there about $1 trillion economic stimulus package that will hopefully bolster our markets, our economy, our businesses. Actually, they're talking about, we'll see what comes to pass, but direct payments or rebates out to individuals.
As a conservative, are you comfortable with $1 trillion or maybe even more package?
These are unprecedented times. I never thought I'd already be putting forward an $8 billion supplemental and then an additional package we just did, and now looking at whatever the Senate finishes up. But
specifically people who have already been laid off, what can you say to those who work in the restaurant industry?
Well, we're going to work and fight as quickly as we can to get them the assistance that they need. No one should be going without a paycheck because they're ill, because they're taking care of someone that may be ill, because their child is home from school and you're a single mom and you can't go into work. We will get the resources there.
Ideas that a couple of weeks ago would have seemed like Democratic policies. Now both sides are talking about how the government may be the only financial hope for millions. Congresswoman Wagner says she has seen a lot of bipartisanship. She hopes it stays that way. In St. Louis, Casey Nolan, 5 on your side.